Okay, we will call this meeting of the South Harrison Community School Corporation to order. This special session is basically for the hearing for the proposed teacher contract. Let the record show all board members are present, along with Dr. Eastridge, Mr. Freed, and Carolyn Wallace. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda? We don't have any additions or anything.
No action items today.
Deneen, second. Barb, all in favor, please vote. Agenda is approved. Public address, if Katie, want to talk or anything?
No.
Okay.
Nice to see everybody, yeah.
That's unusual.
The discussion concerning the tentative agreement with South Harrison Education Association.
Yeah, and I will start out, and then Nathan and Karen will help, because this is really a team effort. But I wanted to start by saying I really appreciated Katie's leadership with the association and their team. It works the way it's supposed to, the way we'd hope that it would. And Veronica Hobbs enjoyed working with them. So the association's got great leadership, and it was really a wonderfully smooth process for us. And actually, I think the vote was 100% approval. So fantastic. So we're very, very pleased there. And as your superintendent, I want to say I really appreciated the assistance that we received from our members on the committee who helped support and work with us. And Deneen, thank you. And Mary and Barb, thank you very much for the support you provided us and the guidance that was provided. We truly appreciate that. So I guess point by point on the contract, we would start with it as a 2-year contract. We do have a reopener, and the reopener would be for year 2 if there are those unforeseen things that would come with riverboat funding, with revenue streams, with attendance that might drop, things like that, then we could reopen those. But if not, then it would be a 2-year contract. The point number 2, compensation. Year 1 would be $4,000 for a master's, $3,000 for a bachelor's. In year 2, $2,000 master's, $1,500 for bachelor's. All of that will be added to the base salary. And then you see that in our contract, the upper limits, that's what's listed within the contract. You see those figures, the $80,000 for the MS, the $56,500 for the BS. So you see that. And then the next year you see the remainder would be paid. So we would pay that amount. The remainder above that for anyone, we would have folks above 80, would go in a stipend. So each person would get, if we say $4,000 for a master's, they would get that amount. So and then $3,000 for a bachelor's, they would get that amount. Now, Carolyn, would you talk just a little bit about the insurance, because we were very pleased we're able to do what we're able to with the health insurance.
Our insurance premiums, after coming in and getting our renewal rates, will increase by 3%. And the board contribution would go up for a family plan by $500 and also a single plan to $500, which will cover nearly all, if not all. In some instances, it covers all of the plans that they have. But I believe in all instances, it covers nearly all of that increase. But we need to do that so that amount then counts into our 65% required expenditure for teacher salaries and benefits. So we do need to make that actually in the form of a contribution. And then also dental rates, they went up almost 20%, but you gotta keep in mind, that's really only $30,000 on the whole year, because our dental rates are so much lower. But we did say we're gonna adjust the rates so that the school board would be picking up that full amount of that increase.
We had a rate lock.
We have not had a rate increase on dental since I believe 2018 or 19. So that's not bad for all of those years. But like I said, it is a little time. And honestly, I don't think we have adjusted the board's contribution to dental insurance in over 20 years. So it's been a while, but, so that's where we are with, insurance.
So for the stipend, does that come towards the 65%?
It does.
It does.
Okay.
And by the way we've handled the health insurance, it will also be of a benefit to our support folks who take the insurance. Okay, questions? All right, the ECA, Nathan has been overseeing all that for us,
Sure.
Nathan.
Yeah, I met with the athletic directors from both school campuses there and just really tried to find out what their priorities were. And so there's several ECA positions from an athletic standpoint that they were looking at as a priority we're trying to get added. Things like girls wrestling and some assistant coaches, whether it be cross country or football, track and field, things of that nature. So I agreed to add that as part of this process as well.
Questions on any of that? Now, we did have Nathan, items 11 and 12.
Yes, items, board, if you look on page 3 there, items 11 and 12 have been removed as part of this process. These are right now considered club sports at South Central, the junior high baseball and junior high softball. So since they were in the club status, we did remove those. I think Ms. Thomas has sent me a proposal that I'm going to discuss with the board at next week's meeting about that status with those two sports. But yes, items number 11 and 12 have been removed due to their club status at this time.
Are these all for South Central or this for the corporation?
Everyone here listed, Ms. Lop, if you look, I tried to put if they were for both.
Okay.
You know, like for example, number 10 there, the junior high volleyball assistant, that'd be one at Gordon and one at South Central. Obviously, there's some like, you know, high school girls wrestling head coach would just be at Gordon for the current time, and football and things of that nature. So I tried to spell those out there across the board.
The majority is at Gordon.
It is at this time, yes.
Questions on that? All right. The next one, if we have, and we seldom have a retired teacher come back and work for us, but we have. And we did say we pay a master's 10 plus 10 for a salary level because they're a retiree. But that figure ended up floating a bit. So we just said, let's set the figure 65,000. And of course, that's prorated out daily. We actually are working on someone that would come in and fill in starting here soon. And they would be paid a daily rate at that amount, and Carolyn had computed that for us, so we got that if in fact we do bring that person on board. And then we had literacy endorsement. This is something that the state had put out, and Nathan again had been sort of listening in and talking with other superintendents, and everyone across the state has been looking where do we set that level for the literacy endorsement. And it seemed like it circulated, most everyone sort of came down around that 100 to 300. So we said 250, and our association leadership said, okay. Is that right, Katie?
Yeah.
So they will have the 250. And then point 7, this is something that Carolyn had asked us to do, and it makes all the sense in the world for us to do it. And that if you give, it's in our contract, if you give advance notice on retirement, then money's deposited. Well, what happened is we've had a couple of instances where people have given notice and then pulled it back. And then that meant that Carolyn had to go back and say, okay, we're gonna have to give us that money back out. That's just a little bit of a uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
So let's just make sure, and so we changed the wording there. And then the blackout dates are the dates that they wanted that we talked about. And I won't share it with you now, but I do have a report compiled for the board on blackout dates last year. And I'll share that with you next week. So, but these are the dates for 25, 26, and 26, 27. Information there. Okay. PLCs, again, if you miss 3 PLC days, you would be deducted from you would be a 1/2 leave day. Because those PLC days are very important to further the education of our students and the conversations they have. You know, we've committed to be a PLC school corporation, and if we're truly gonna be a PLC school corporation, and I've watched many of our meetings, and they do some really good work in those meetings, then folks need to be here for that. That's something that really, because the conversation activities that take place and the collaborative group work, you almost can't make that up. If you're not at the table for those discussions, and I've been to watch Katie present at South. I was in one of those last year where she was presenting to the group for a few minutes. You just really can't replicate that, those conversations that you have. So anyway, that's where we have that. All right. Questions from the board or the public? I mean, it's the public. Okay,
So what does that take our entry level salary to?
51,250 for Bachelor Zero, and that is in the area. And of course, other folks are in the process of settling and bargaining. But I really feel like, from what I've heard, Katie, obviously feel free to jump in, that puts us in a really strong position.
I agree, yeah. I think most corporations are trying to hit the 50 mark, and so for us to be over that is an advantage for sure, so.
So we always operate in negotiations with recruit, use a contractor, recruit, and retain folks. And it certainly seems like that in what we've done here, what we're in the process of doing, we put South Harrison in a very competitive situation. Because that's what we're competing for talent. It's really where it's at. And we hope that we can use our contract to recruit talent and to retain the talent. Questions from the board? Under communication reports, I really don't have any. I will have some next Tuesday night.
Oh.
Or next
Thursday.
Thursday night, thank you, next Thursday night, the 2nd. In particular, we'll have an invitation for the regional school boards, which is November 6th, I believe. So you'll want to check your schedule on that. And then I'll have, want the board to have a conversation if you'd like to attend the National COOSBA School Boards meeting that's in Louisville. Again, I'm not promoting that, that's just something that whenever it's the conference, stop by the booth, they talk to us about it, then present that. And then, of course, if any of the board next week would like to speak about the conference that you attended, then feel free to at that time, or whenever the board chooses to do so. So that's all I have.
Okay. Any other comments, Mr. Larry?
Talk to me. Maybe I could wait. I'm gonna tell you this again Tuesday night also, but on Friday morning, I guess it was Tuesday morning, after the general session, then I met a man by the name of Lewis. I can't think what his last name is, but he was in a formal corporation at Kokomo with Jeff. So we got to come pretty close. And he thanked me for Allison and Diane's presentation. He said he went to that, he went to others, but he thought that was the best one at the conference as far as he was concerned.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that just because I was your school corporation, that he paid them a really high compliment. So I'm gonna share that with Tuesday night. Yes. With one Diane.
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
I know, me too, I already did too. It's actually Thursday night the 2nd.
Thursday is the weird night that we're meeting because our normal meeting night is during fall break. So we're bumping it backwards. You might want to answer.
Oh, you're talking about like next Thursday?
Yeah,
Yes.
Thursday the 2nd, it'll be, I think it's 2nd,
Yes.
October 2nd.
No, somebody better call me.
I'll call Carol.
Yeah. Yeah. Denise, Nick?
The only thing about the blackout dates, I brought up before, but it would be nice to see that the administrators have to follow those as well. I know that's not addressed here, it doesn't seem logical to me that
Right.
principals don't have to follow the same thing that we're asking our instructors to do. So,
Steve? Karen?
Same thing with Larry. I had other people tell me that our session was absolutely the best up there. You know, and there was some people I knew from different corporations, and so that really made me proud. The ladies did a fantastic job.
Barb?
No, other than I had 2 questions and they were answered as we went, so I didn't have that, which is good.
Okay. On the COSPA, I did get the invitation this week in my email about COSPA coming and everything. And they're also soliciting presenters, and I'm thinking, I know a really good presentation that maybe get it on the ground floor again, and it'd be close.
Sure. Yeah, it is.
So
Look up
they
and down.
are
That's what
soliciting.
we did.
When is that, Mary?
March 15th,
13.
or 13th to the 15th, 13, 14, 15, like that. And I thought, that gives us plenty of time to plan. And I do think it would have national merit. So, but other than that, Katie, I'm just so glad we have agreeable bargaining anymore. I mean, I started this 50 years ago and it was not agreeable then. The days when we started, we want 8%, okay, we'll give you -2, you know.
I think in this day and age, you know, we have to be realistic and
Yes.
we're not about wasting time and we're
Yes.
trying to be very solution oriented, so we
Yes.
appreciate
To
definitely.
pass that along, it's very professional, very, very nice.
Veronica's very good.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, and we will miss her, definitely, for sure.
Okay, anything else for the good of the cause? Is there a motion to adjourn? Karen? Second? Denise? All in favor, please vote. We are adjourned. See you Thursday night, October 2nd.